Hey, this is Reim here. Welcome back. This is Chapter 8, Part B. We're going to start off by doing the IS Ninja Melee. Now I'm going to do it with a Dragon Sword just because I want to do the entire thing with the Dragon Sword. You can start right here and charge at UT, and you have time to do it in virtually any case. Some other strategies to do this one are Scythe and just chain Scythe UTs. It'll decimate them. Another way to do it is just spam the Claws, Flying Swallow, Zuna Drop. You can also delimb every single ninja, kill one, and then just kill the single respawning ninja, and keep on doing that till the ninjas stop respawning, and then take out the rest of the IS ninjas, kind of similar to the first Test of Valor strategy. There's really no good safe spots in here. It's one of the harder fights of this chapter, and pretty difficult fight just to begin with. Don't be afraid to use Wind Nimpo if you really need to. But of course, if you're doing the Flying Swallow Zuna Drop with the claws, you shouldn't take too much damage, because it's pretty simple to spam over and over again with these guys. But I'm choosing to do it with a Dragon Sword just because I want to do it with a Dragon Sword. I really enjoy fighting these guys. Looks like there's 6 IS ninjas at a time, and there's a total of 25 ninjas, so it's a pretty difficult fight to do. And I do a pretty good job with the Dragon Sword. I'm spamming a lot of Flying Swallow and a lot of wind paths for a reason. And the reason is they're so spread out it's hard to keep track of who's where. And so then I use the Flying Swallow and wind path to kind of let Ryu just automatically jump towards them, and then I can do onlining attacks from that. The other thing gotta get good at is doing onlining attacks from shuriken explosions, just like that. So just finish this fight out, use whatever you want, and then we'll go collect the key and go on. Okay, we still got several ninjas to take care of. I love fighting the IS ninjas with a Dragon Sword. I prefer it when there's 4 at a time, because then you can have a lot more fun with them. When there's 6 at a time, it just becomes pretty overwhelming for me right now. Maybe when I get better, I'll be able to better handle 6 at a time, but 4 at a time, not a big deal. Okay, we got one left. Let's just have a little bit of fun with him. Use a dash to get rid of the incendiary shuriken. Forgot I had regular incendiary shurikens. Another strategy for this is spam the hell out of your incendiary shurikens. Use up almost every single one. You can get a free replacement on a dead body coming up shortly, so pay the ninjas back. So you can see now I switched over to regular shurikens, and that's just out of habit. When I'm doing platforming, I like to have the Dragon Sword and regular shurikens in case I need to extend my jump. Several different ways of extending your jump. Easiest one is to do a Flying Swallow. You can also toss shurikens in midair. You can do jump, shurikens, Flying Swallow. You can do jump X to extend your jump a little bit. A lot of different things you can do, but with the Dragon Sword, it's much easier to extend your jump if you need to. So we're going to go over here. We're going to collect the Life of the Gods from the dead body, but first we're going to get the key. There's the bell key, and we're going to go get the Life of the Gods. Now, I'm sure most people know it's here. For some reason, I got confused when I was doing my successive play run-throughs, and because on the successive play, the body doesn't show up because you already have maxed out health, so the Life of the Gods isn't going to show up, and the Jewel of Demon Seals don't show up. But it's here on a New Game Plus. There we go. Collected it. We're going to go right across. Now, I don't mind minor platforming like this. It does take away from the feel of the game, but not a big deal. The platforming with the gears, not too bad of a deal, but I do not like the way the fights play out on the gears, and I'll explain more about that later. So jump down. Another thing that's nice coming up is there's a lot of small bats, easy to kill. They'll replenish health. They'll give you a little bit of essence, not that big of a deal. But on occasion they will give red essence as well. So we're going to take out all the bats, and now I'm going to show you the easy way to take up this subway fight. It's really simple. We're going to be using Scythe UTs. And make sure to save 1 or 2 incendiary shurikens for this fight. It helps getting the UT chain off to a quicker start. And I'll explain why in a little bit. So make sure you kill all the bats. You can leave 1 or 2 bats, and that can actually help you a little bit, because you can run back here and kill the bats for instant instance to chain your UTs. Now, this fight's always a little confusing as to when it starts. I go until I hear the music. I didn't hear the music there. Okay, now run right back to where I came out of. Toss incendiary shurikens on the way just to slow the ninjas down. because you'll delimb the two ninjas right here. Now they're going to move slowly. You have time to charge at least to ET, and just charge what you can. If it's an ET, great. If it's not, go for a UT, and you should be able to do this fight taking minimal damage because they spawn far away, and the side is perfect when they're nice and focused in like that. The only problem is when that aura around Ryu happens, especially the red, it's difficult to see the IS ninjas, so they sneak up on you. The other thing they don't often do is they don't often come in and toss shurikens at you. What they do is they just come in and start attacking. And because they're running after you, they don't often throw incendiary shurikens when they're running. So that looks like the end of it. There's one I know that's delimbed. I was waiting for him to get to me because I can see the incendiary shuriken. But it's taking too long, so I say screw it. Let's go take care of him with a dragon sword and try to have a little bit of fun. So I toss shurikens to figure out exactly where he's at. And there we go. X, hold Y, B, X plus A, Y. Love that move, just cuts him right in half. Now I go to the far door over here, and I'll explain why in just a little bit. There's a chest through that door right there that's a dynamic chest, and we're going to save it till after the save. And the reason I go through that door on the left is because it's just quicker to get to that dynamic chest after the save. So let's get the dignitary card. We're going to run back out, save, replenish my health, and then we're going to go back and open that chest right there. And I just showed you the chest. That chest is a grain dynamic chest, so if you have maxed out health, it's going to give you a grain if you need one. If you have maxed out health and a full set of grains in your inventory, it's going to give you 7,000 in essence. So let's go and save. We're going to replenish our health, and then we're going to go collect that dynamic chest. Alright, now that we got our health replenished, let's go get the dynamic chest. Like I told you earlier, this dynamic chest is a grain dynamic chest, which means if your life bar is completely maxed out, it's going to give you a grain, and if your life bar is completely maxed out and your inventory is maxed out with grains, it's going to give you 7,000 in essence. So I like to max out my items if I can at the beginning of the chapters. That way the chests that are dynamic chests, if you manipulate them right, will just give you essence back. You can actually make more by having your items maxed out than you can by letting the chest give you your items. Okay, now we'll switch over the Kasirigama, and we've got the Void Nimpo. We're going to go take on the Brute or the Troll. Okay, my favorite move for the Troll is to do 360 YY. So you run up to him, just get somewhere close to him. You always have time to pull off the 360 YY. And look at how much damage it does. Got the Void Nimpo set up. I'm just going to use it to kill the mechas. And I got lucky they were both in line, so I only had to use one Void Nimpo. But this makes it so much easier. All I'm doing is 360 YY on the Troll. Gotta be a little careful to know when to do it. But just a couple times doing it, he's already in OT status. Okay, so I've got the OT on him. Take care of him, and now there's 2 rocket launchers left. And I'm just going to take care of these guys. I already delimbed one of the rocket launchers because I guillotine throw him because he kind of got in the way of me fighting the Troll. So I'll take care of this guy. And I was going to try to do an X hold Y B flying swallow, but that didn't work out. And I'll show how to, that's how to not dodge the rockets. Let's show you how to dodge the rockets. So you wait for them to shoot. They shoot in a straight line, so you go diagonal. And that's how you avoid the rockets. You can either stun them with shurikens if you want, or just go diagonally to avoid the rockets and kind of zigzag back towards them. Okay, I love that part. Just cut them right in half. Now that the Troll is gone and the rocket launchers are all dead, let's go back and save. I only used 1 Nimpo, which is great, and I barely lost any health, which is even better. So we're going to save and go on to the next set of fight, which is going to be IS Ninjas. Alright, so now we got